What's up guys, John here and welcome back to Johnmunstudios. In today's video, I'm going to go over some basic automation that you can do in Cubase, so let's get right to it. Okay, so I have this French horn melody that I'm using, and I'm going to show you some basic automation that you could do just to boost some volume. And again, I'm just going to show you this with volume, but it can work with any one of these parameters that you're going to see right now. So let's just dive right into it. So when you go into the track window and you click on the actual track that you want to work with, so if you actually press Z, you can blow this up a little bit, or you can just drag it up like this. That way you can kind of see it a little bigger. But let's go ahead and do this with the automation. If you hover your mouse over this bottom left corner here, you're going to see something called Show Hide Automation. So we're going to click this, and then here we're going to blow this up a little bit so that we can see what we're doing. So this is where you're going to be able to do your basic automation for, let's say, volume. You could do panner, you could do pre-gain, low cut frequency. Any of these parameters you can affect by creating your automation curves in this space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you a couple different ways that you can apply this. You can draw this in. So if I actually grab my pencil tool, I can create little dots. And let's say I create 2 dots. Cubase automatically, when I switch to my pointer tool and I hover over the middle, it's going to create this little diamond up here. And what this is I can actually move this entire thing up and down as soon as I create 2 dots there. So it's really cool because now I don't need to worry about moving one dot and then moving the other. I just have the option to just move both of them at the same time. Now let's say I want to do some kind of a fade out. If I just drag one end, I can definitely do that. And the cool thing is that as soon as I let it go and I hover in the middle, now you see a dot appears in the middle of this line. Now what this dot does is it helps you create the kind of curve you're looking for. So you can create exponential curves. So let's say I wanted to exponentially fade out, or I wanted to wait a little bit before fading out. You can move it left and right, so you can tailor this curve to whatever it is that your music needs. So another cool thing that you can do with this automation is, let's say I have no automation here. If I turn on this W here, this is what we call right automation. What this does is that now with the actual slider, I can even use the mixer window. So if I open the bottom tab and I use the fader here, I can draw out my curves. So as it's recording, let me actually put this down a little bit so we can see. And then I go up and then I press record here. And I move this fader. You're going to see that now it starts to draw the curve. And you could do this in real time and create the fade you want. When you stop, you're going to see that the fade is exactly the way you wanted it, and it has a bunch of these dots that approximates the automation that you just drew. You can also do this not only with the fader, but you can also do this with this knob here. So this is a volume knob as well. And if I go ahead and press record, and I do the same thing, move this knob here, this slider, it also works. Let's say you have a control surface. So for example, the Softube Console 1 fader one is a great console to use with Cubase. And if you're unfamiliar with this console, I can link it up on the top right corner of this video. I did a review on this console and it integrates very nicely to Cubase. You can also use things like that. So you can ride the fader as you're moving this so you can get the exact automation that you want. You could do this again with panning. You could do it with the gain, the pre-gain. You could do this with frequencies. And this is a very straightforward example on how you would apply it. So let's go ahead and just hear this melody, and then I'm going to apply a fade out here. So now I want to apply a fade out between measures 3 and measures 4. So before I do that, let me actually raise the overall volume back to 0. And I can actually take it off write mode because I'm not going to write it in. I'm actually going to pencil it in with the mouse. So I'm going to draw a dot here and draw a dot here. And then I'm just going to bring this dot all the way down here. And I want somewhat of this kind of curve here so that it fades out very naturally. Generally, musicians don't really fade out in a straight line, so I like to keep a little bit of a curve to make it feel more natural since these are samples. So here it is. And there you have it. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop your comments down below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the ring button so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. Also, don't forget to check out the Johnmunstudios store. I have a variety of merch with the official Johnmunstudios logo on it, so go ahead and check it out. And as always, don't forget to share with your musician friends. I'll see you guys soon.